Hello everybody, welcome again to my channel, and I hope that you all enjoyed my last testimony that I shared with you about the goodness of God in my life from a child living in Jamaica, and particularly so during my life in, my entire life I should say. But I am trying to document this and take it sequentially to share the evidence of God in my life. So once again, if you happen to stumble upon my channel and you are not into the God business and you're not into God and you don't believe in God, I would ask of you, take away yourself. Don't stay on my channel. I am not into people who are not into God. You can just have yourself a nice day. Don't subscribe to my channel. If you have subscribed already, you can unsubscribe. And it may sound harsh, but I don't deal with people who are fools and say there's no God. Because in my life as a young child growing up, from ever since, I have seen evidences of God. Today I want to share another act of God in my life. When I was living with my grandmother in Manchester, Jamaica, one day it was raining, lightning and thunder again. My grandmother was catching water with a pan in her hand at the doorway. And in those days we had a zinc roof and the water would fall off in front of you. So you stretch your hand out and you catch the water. And I was sitting on the bed at the same time. And there is a tree right in front of the house. It's called a packy tree. I'm not sure exactly what the right name for it is. I forget the right exact name for it. But while she was catching the water in the pan in front of the tree that is in front of the house, oh my gosh, lightning flashed and struck the tree and burn the tree, split the tree into two. And that tree, that packy tree, was dead in a couple of months following. It dried up because the lightning killed the tree, while my grandmother was catching the water, and the butter pan, we call it, fell out of her hand. And while that was happening to her, I was in the next room, close to the adjoining room. The lightning that struck the tree also shocked me like electricity, and I jumped. My foot was resting on the bed on a piece of iron. And when it struck the tree, the lightning struck the tree, it also shocked me like electricity. And I jumped up, was so frightened, and I ran towards my grandmother's room. That time I was about maybe 12 years old. And she was running, come towards me to say that the lightning hit the pan out of her hand. And so both my grandmother and I, we had a narrow escape. We could have died that day because a lot of time lightning strike and kill people just like that. And that day, I was not killed. Thank God. As you can see, I am still here, still serving God, still giving God thanks to be alive. And while I am on this lightning thing, I remember I was walking. This time it was same place, but when I got a little older and I was studying to become a pastor, I was walking on the campus at West Indies College in Jamaica. And let me tell you something. Lightning struck truck right in front of me while I was walking, and it ripped the asphalt apart, rip it, tear it to pieces. I used to pass by there and still see it created a hole in the ground right in front of me, just like a footstep in front of me. And I say, look at that. I could have been I was one step away from being struck again by lightning. But God had a plan for this life. And you're going to hear the many miracles that God has wrought and used me to do in people's lives that I've saved that could have been killed. But I'm holding that back for next time. So I hope you will tune in, subscribe for my testimonies, because I'll be sharing them, and I plan to write a little book. As when I get back my computer and as time permits me, I'm gonna document a little book. So don't tell me that God is dead. Don't tell me that there's no God. Don't tell me that God is not in charge of people's life. Don't tell me that God has abandoned us and left us here. God is very much alive and well, and He's protecting His children. And I tell you, man, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to sharing them. I've been documenting the evidences of God, some miracles, nothing short of miracles that God has done for this life of mine. So thank you very much. Hope that you enjoy this one. And as I've always wanted to do, to encourage people to say, never lose faith in God. Don't listen to what church folks say. Don't listen to what people say, because you can know God by yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you who God is, because God will show up in your life as you allow Him to. So may God bless you and be encouraged today. And no matter what you may be facing, no matter what you may be going through, there is a God who loves you, and He has been with you. And I'm sure many of you are excited. And as a matter of fact, you can leave your own testimonies on my channel. Leave a comment below. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification button. I don't want you to miss out, because I'll be sharing them one by one of the greatness and the goodness of God, and how He has been with me and how He has also used me to bless others. Thank you very much again. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next testimony period. Bye-bye.